Chermaine, a graduate and alumnus of Sunway TES, is a chartered accountant turned actress, TV host, MC, and former Miss Malaysia. She is known as the beauty with brains. She has appeared in numerous commercials of well-known international and local brands in all media, and also acted in TV dramas and movies.
Chermaine had a cameo role playing opposite Taiwanese superstar Wang Li-hong in a Hong Kong blockbuster spy movie directed by Oscar award-winning director Ang Lee of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon and Brokeback Mountain.
She also appeared in commercials and promotions of the tourism boards of Malaysia, Singapore and Japan. Therefore, it is with great pleasure that we invite Miss Chermaine up on stage. Chermaine, would you please join us?
A very good evening to Mr. Mark Gold, Miss Helen Brand, Yang Berbahagia Dato' Muhammad Nasir Ahmad, Yang Berbahagia Dato' Khalid Ahmad, Mr. Teo Ee Sing, Miss Melissa Tan, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for having me this evening, and thank you to the MCs as well for the introduction. My name is Chermaine, and usually when I'm on stage, I perform as the MC. But tonight, I'm given the opportunity to speak instead. So I quite liken this opportunity as accepting an Oscar, if you will. Well, I have to say it is wonderful to be a part of the big family of Sunway TES and ACCA. To begin, I wish to express my gratitude to Sunway TES and ACCA for equipping me with the first-class professional recognition. I'd like to thank Mr. Teo. Mr. Teo Ee Sing, where are you? Yes, he is there, Mr. Teo. Mr. Teo, who has helped, guided and encouraged me a lot during my days at Sunway TES. So when he called me a couple of weeks ago, I think, or recently, to invite me for tonight's event, I was actually engaged to perform as an MC at a prestigious car function. So, being an accountant, when I'm engaged to perform as an MC, that means I'm being paid. But if I'm to come here tonight, I won't be. But, dollar and cents aside, calculated risk and opportunity cost aside, it is without a hesitation that I told Mr. Teo, of course I'll be here, and it's my honor and privilege to be here with all of you this evening. Because of all the titles that I have, I am most proud to be a chartered accountant, a member of ACCA, and an alumni member of Sunway TES. So, I've been invited to come this evening to share on how ACCA has helped me to succeed as an actress. Like most people that I've met, I'm quite sure you have this question as to why I took the trouble and suffered great pains of going through the prestigious ACCA qualification and then only to switch to the entertainment industry to become an actress, TV host, and MC. Accountants in ACCA are trained to be conservative, compliant, and even rigid at times. Well, entertainers, on the other hand, are known to be flamboyant, wild, and even eccentric characteristics. So how does one transform themselves from accountants to actors or actresses, you may ask? For this, I quote a statement that I found at Sunway TES website. ACCA students and members are individuals in every sense of the word, unbound by business sector or country-bound constraints. So here I am, an ACCA, a chartered certified actress, probably the first actress with an ACCA qualification. Well, how did I start out to be an accountant? Well, some of you here are one because of something that you wanted to do all along. For others, maybe you have family members that are accountant that caused you to want to go into this profession. Well, I fall in the latter category. My father, they're there, my uncles and aunties, cousins, and even cousin sister-in-law, they are accountants. So on my own, I have never once thought of being an accountant. In fact, my first ambition was to be a China historian, and that is why that is because I was told that I'm from the descendant of the last emperor, so that thought came about, and I was very intrigued with history since young. So I thought, yes, I want to be a China historian. But my father, being the accountant, he said, I will not make a good living doing that. So that was scraped out. So I moved along. I wanted to be a psychiatrist. This time, both my parents rejected that idea. So my father, who constantly brainwashed me, and I'll say brainwashed, me into going to the accountancy profession and to spread my wings in the corporate world. Be the leader and rule the world, he would say. And so I did. At the age of 19, I obtained my double majors with honors in accounting and finance. And I went on to work in BDO, the corporate finance division. So before long, I felt the desire to study for a professional qualification. Yes, I see. Those from BDO nodding their head. Yes, I was from there. So then, when I wanted to further my studies or get a professional qualification, I did a survey, a very thorough one, and I decided to pursue my ACCA qualifications at Sunway TES. There I met Mr. Teo, Margaret, and all the rest. Well, Mr. Teo, with his help and guidance, I took the maximum subjects every semester at every sitting and passed the exams in 1.5 years. Then after that, I joined CIMB in the corporate finance division as a consultant, involving in IPOs, restructuring, and receiverships. I also assisted in setting up billion ringgit infrastructure fund and sought out concessionaires and partners. So during my time at CIMB, it was when I chanced upon a former Miss Malaysia Universe on a return flight, and again when we did a commercial together. And she, being a former Miss Malaysia, she persuaded me time and again to enter the pageant. I told her I did not think so, and I never once in my life thought of entering a beauty pageant because I had no experience. The only experience that I had was shooting commercials when I was 4, when I was talent scouted then. But she felt so strongly that she entered me into the pageant, and her prediction was right. I did win and also walked away with 3 other subsidiary titles, namely Miss Natural Beauty, Miss Beautiful, and Miss Crowning Glory. So with that, oh, thank you. That was actually 5 years ago. Yeah, so when I was back in the office, they used to give me a nickname. They called me Miss Malaysia, and after that I shot a hair commercial. So Datuk Nazir started calling me Miss Shampoo, but it goes in line with my name anyway, Chermaine Poo Shampoo. So anyway, before long I had a lot of assignments, and it was difficult for me to balance between the entertainment line and my corporate finance line. Nevertheless, I stayed in CIMB for the next 1.5 years after my pageant days, and it actually took me quite a long time before I decided to enter the entertainment world. So, quitting the sober world of corporate finance, and I entered the world of entertainment. It was difficult to convince myself, and even more difficult to convince my parents. But I loved performing, and my reason to them was simple. I could always be an accountant. Even when I'm 50, I can always be an accountant. It's a backup that I have that is very, very strong. But I could not start a career as an actress at the age of 50. So they saw the reason in that, and they've been very supportive of my career change ever since. And their approval came with some conditions. As to myself, I also thought that, I must conduct my affairs professionally and in a dignified manner. So, you might ask, have I thrown my accountancy away? I would very proudly say that my experience and success that I enjoy today is due to the professionalism that has been taught to me that I've learned from ACCA. As Mr. Mark Gold said earlier in his speech, that accountants have to have integrity, accountability, and we must always have the wanting to learn more in life. And I believe this is what I've always done in my career, even in the entertainment line. The level of professionalism is witnessed by my clients, and they like the innovative ideas and how I promote public awareness, generate interest even amongst corporate leaders, successful professionals, young adults and college students. So I would definitely say that ACCA has equipped me very well in the new line that I'm in. So I do believe that having a solid education is essential for success in one's chosen career. And ACCA course is definitely a solid education. You know, the tough regime of ACCA course, I see many of you are still students or some are graduates. You would agree with me that ACCA is not an easy course to undergo, and it's given me a very strong foundation in analytical thinking, built my level of persistence and concentration, and definitely enhanced my confidence. A lecturer once said that if a person get through the tough ACCA final exam, he or she can do anything. And I think that is very true. So kudos to all of you who have gone through it. You know, a very good friend of mine and a brilliant fellow student, she was actually a manager at an accounting firm in audit, but she vomited blood at her third attempt at the audit paper. It's actually not that easy, correct? So, with this strong endorsement of my professional stature and ability, I really credit my success in my ACCA studies to Sunway TES. Mr. Teo and his dedicated team has done a marvelous job in transforming young school leavers into highly recognized chartered certified accountants to lead in the profession and corporations in Malaysia and many countries. But although tonight it was very eye-opening, as I see many of these future accountants can perform very well, be it dancing, bebop, or any sort of other entertainment. So it's my earnest hope that I too can play a part, a meaningful role in helping Sunway TES and ACCA in attracting and training more and more suitable candidates to become chartered certified accountants. And I believe the ACCA qualification offers not only good positions in a profession and corporations, it actually opens doors to other career paths and business opportunities. I have met accountants who have become developers, budget airline operator, musicians, journalists, and here I am standing in front of you, an actress, TV host, and MC, and my company does PR work and events as well. And I use my accountancy profession to the fullest in the entertainment line that I'm in now. So it is with great honor and privilege that I stand before you this evening, and I hope to meet all of you here tonight. As a member of this huge family, we should build a bond to take care of one another, especially the younger members. Together we grow, together we win. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of the evening. This is Chermaine who say thank you very much.